prospect. So by both of these rookies, it's a very interesting change, but I just have to see like where it, like the reasoning and if it's gonna pay off. I'm not too keen on the move. I think they were just fine with the way the 4 and the 5 was, but we'll see how this move actually works out.
Already got some love for Chicago in the chat. King Sean saying that he used to game with LawRich. JT from Chicago, me from Rochelle, Illinois.
What? From? You just moved there. Are we okay?
Oh, okay. Byron, Illinois. Rockford, greater Rockford area. Let's put it that way. Or actually, might be greater DeKalb County now. I don't know where to put it. I'm kind of lost. I feel like a lost puppy out here in Hub Nation.
Now he's from there. It's like saying I'm from LA.
Well, if we really want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, I am technically from England. But if I say that, they'll be like, "Oh, where's your accent? When did you move to the U.S.?" Hear it all the time.
It's because your accent is cool.
Yeah, I wish I still had. Actually, I don't, because I don't think that I would be working here right now if I had a British accent. Nor do I know if I would have had an interest in basketball. Maybe I'll try to tackle the soccer world. But this is going to be a hectic day, as it always is here in the NBA 2K League when the ticket tournament rolls around. We're going to have 4 games going on. Twitch.tv/team/NBA 2K League will be your best friend here throughout the entire night. But we do have some very exciting news here in the NBA 2K League. We are streaming on the NBA app tonight and Saturday for the ticket finals, and next Saturday for the 5v5 finals. We are crowning a champ live in the NBA app for the next week. You can find us on the For You feed and on NBA and 2K League social channels app within the app. So if you have the NBA app, you will be able to watch the NBA 2K League today. You'll be able to watch it this Saturday. And then not for the entire playoffs, but for the finals to close out the season, we will be out there, JT, getting a nice outreach. NBA Finals just wrapped up last night. The Celtics ended up getting it. Jaylen Brown ended up getting the Finals MVP. So a lot of eyes going to be on the NBA app.
I like that because that means on my birthday, Mom, I'm going to be on TV.
There we go. Famous got it. He said, when I'm speaking, my accent pops up when I'm talking to my mom. That is true. It is a weird science. I don't think I'll ever understand it, and I don't even know who to go to ask questions about that. We do have 3-2 here. A major change if you're just tuning in. Boot is now at the power forward. Jolo is now at the center here for the Gen.G Tigers as the Magic take back here the early lead.
My Chicago accent only comes out when, like, I'm mad and when I'm back home in my hood. Besides that, it rarely comes out.
Ooh, that's a Minnesota right there. Snubby, the way you said out, you sound like ooh.
Who, me?
That's that Minnesota Wisconsin accent.
Ew.
Snubby with back-to-back slams here for Magic Gaming to put him up by 3. I think we should have some pretty large expectations for Magic Gaming, knowing that they did start to get a little bit more momentum with Fanta in the mix. Just ended up coming up short. We look back at this game against Gen.G where ReturnOfDJ went crazy, and we're kind of like, oh, well, you traded the guy, and now he might have ended your season and put you down in this position.
And that's what makes it tough because, I don't know who has the tiebreaker between them and the Knicks, but I'm pretty sure they're tied with, not the Knicks. Or no, the Wizards have more points anyway, so they'll still be here. Never mind.
Unguardable going down low, goes up on 3, able to get the layup to go there with the right hand. Nice finish from Unguardable. He's got an early 4 points. People now chiming in. Boot a power forward, not making a whole lot of sense. I don't know, JT. Again, we kind of talked about it, right? Like, whenever we've seen Jolo, we've always seen, oh my goodness, what a shot coming up there from Gallo, the 26% drops to him. We've seen Gallo play a lot of power forward, obviously more known out there in the 3v3 world. Putting Boot here, do you think it's going to make that much of a difference? Probably on the defensive side, I would assume, or is there maybe something with Jolo, like with his jab stepping and stick dunking ability that maybe Boot just didn't have in one-on-ones?
It has to be something because I'm even seeing former 2K League pros chalks it in the chat. Like, it makes no sense. When you told me that, I'm like, I don't understand the reasoning. Like, I feel like Jolo is a better power forward and Boot is a better center. So it's like, maybe it's panic, like go out, but it's just like, either way, when it's best of one, it's not really a fair assessment anyway, because he could have a dog game this game, and that's Jolo or Boot, and they could both get taken out back next game. But it's like maybe if you stay with what you already had, maybe I'll make a run because y'all are playing a bunch of teams that I don't want to say deserve to be here, but made they bid, so now they have to lay in it.
Gen.G, in terms of how many points they get scored on, they're right in the middle of the pack compared to every single team that we have in the NBA 2K League. So we'll have to see if they can try to take that extra leap with this change. And we always say in the ticket, there's some desperation. You got to try something new if you feel like something's not working. But Boot's first three is going to rim out there from the left side.
Funny thing is, I feel like that's the opposite. I think teams need to kind of go out with their guns when it's the ticket. I don't think that the ticket is the time to say, oh, let's try something new. Like going back to season 3, when I was at power forward for the ticket, I told Ramo to go back to center and get off a point guard, but he stayed on point guard. And was that the right call? Not at all. But that's where he stayed, and we lost, as we lost every game he was on point guard. But it's what it is.
Well, let's get a look around the league. 1 point game in our feature matchup. 25-16. Knicks Gaming are up over the Hornets. Nets up over 5 points. And JT, the shock there in the bottom right, almost a double-digit lead for NBLA's Gaming against the favorites right now in the Eastern Conference, 76ers GC. A massive run by NBL, 11-2 on the dot. They finished all squared up at 16 apiece at the end of that first.
Man, if you would have told me, these are all best of one, Chuck, throughout the whole tournament. Tuesday or today and Saturday. But if you would have told me, Dirk, that it would have been the team that had a negative 30-point differential in the turn that's about to put out the East favorite on the ticket, I'd be like,
I'd be like, welcome to the ticket. This is something that seems to happen every single time.
Oh,
and it's a best of one. Like, all it takes, JT, is one guy that's maybe having a lackluster season to just have one game of their life to keep them alive and can push them forward. But here's the issue. You win one round, you still got to keep going. You got to get those 2 wins to be able to secure it.
But that's the one thing I'll say I like. Like, the only team you, I guess, can generally have film on automatically is the team you're playing first round. Because after that, if you spend time to watch film on the next 6 teams, that's a lot to remember. For some, I can't say all, because for some, it's just once you know how they play, you know how they play. It just doesn't really leave you. But
oh, there we go. Jab step to the stick dunk for Jolo. I want to make a correction. I said 2 wins to secure it. 2 wins to get you to DC. 1 win in DC will get you into the playoffs. So a lot of games that have to be played, but they will double up here tonight. By the end of the night, we'll know our final 4 teams that will be joining us on Saturday. Will be a quick day in the NBA 2K League out there. As we mentioned, best of one, even for the finals. The grand finals for $5,000 is going to be a best of one there as well.
First half, Jay. Oh, sorry, Dave.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, first half, Jay, on the Saturday, it's only 4 teams that make it. 2 from the East and 2 from the West. So it's only a one-day tournament anyway. 3 games. So, yeah, if you win or lose, you're going home the next day.
Well, Boot knocked down a 3. That's his first points of the game. And Magic Gaming, they advanced the ball. They called timeout there with 3 seconds. Getting a look at all the other games going on. It's having 11.
Like they just struggled to get that all season.
Well, there you can see the box score. NetsGC up by 10 as a shot goes up there on the featured matchup. Then it'll all finish away in the first quarter, 12-12.
I'm going to explain that. He made the finals last year in this. And did he have a great team? 100%. But he also...
It's just a 3-point game now. The Knicks were up at one point by double digits. And probably one of the biggest changes that we've seen so far from a lot of these teams other than this Boot and Jolo swap. Fluke Lock is now at shooting guard, and Chess is playing power forward for Hornets Venom GT.
Yeah, that's a very interesting lineup, but I will say in pre-draft, he has a profile, or I guess PSN called Step Jesus, so he could definitely play back, and he could definitely play the 4. So it's more so an interesting lineup because it's Fluke Lock at guard, but remember they tried him at guard in 3, so clearly he could do something at guard. They trust him in some kind of way.
Jolo is on the inside here in this one, too. Shot clock winding down. Gallo has to try to create some space. And, wow, got the scooper to go. Took off there from the free throw line. And that squares everything up as 17 apiece. Little 5-0 stretch coming out here for Gen.G. We'll see what Magic Gaming could cook up for us. Getting so close to the halfway point here in the second as there comes a backdoor again from Snubby. They've been going to him quite a bit so far in the offensive end. He's got 6 points now after that slam.
I forgot to give the rest of my predictions for this hour. I have Magic over Gen.G. I have 76ers over NBL. I have Knicks over Hornets, and I'm missing one. Oh, I have Nets over Hawks now.
All right, we'll see if JT's prediction record here for the ticket can be better than his shot prediction that we saw at the turn last week.
Okay.
That might have been one of your worst shooting performances that we've seen on the broadcast so far as Unguardable knocks down a shot.
It was, but man, like, we can't hit open no more. No.
It's funny because you were calling the gimmies. Like, they were just open opportunities, and they just weren't knocking them down. I felt really bad. I was like, there's no way that it's just this unlucky.
Me too, because last year I was amazing last year. I knew the trajectory of the ball, all that. I mean, I still kind of know it, but I just call it so early. Like, I call it before I can even see, like, the trajectory of it. Like, if it's too high, it's early. If it's a line drive, it's late.
But right now, Unguardable is playing like a man who has a season on the line as he continues to cook up. He's got 17 of the 25 points. Right now, almost outscoring Gen.G as a whole as they have 19. There's a possible steal from Snubby, and that's going to go back to Gen.G. So he knocked the ball away. It was going to be a jump ball animation, but he ended up stepping out of bounds as we have our second half starting to continue here around the league. Remember, twitch.tv/team/NBA 2K League will be your best friend to catch all the games going down on the Altcast tonight. NetGC looking real comfortable there in their game. NBL Lost Gaming, we had mentioned they were up by double digits at one point to 76ers GC, but Philly was able to get things a lot closer. And you're kind of seeing right now, JT, I had mentioned, for players not having the greatest of seasons, all it takes is one game, like, to keep your season alive. Right now, you're seeing that from Harry, who's doing a lot of the offense out here for NBL Lost Gaming, and Dre has been playing phenomenal. But what if you get one of those Dre performances that we've seen and kind of critiqued him on over the past couple of years?
You talking about to where he's struggling?
Yes.
If he's struggling, it depends. Like if he's struggling, but also involved in Radiant, or if he's just struggling. Like, I remember the last game they just lost in group play when they just missed open all game. It's like, I feel like it wasn't enough of the backcourt, like, meshing cohesively that game that could have propelled them to a win. But at the same time, if you're missing open all game, it's not much I can tell you. Like, I can't tell you to stop shooting open shots. Like you're a professional, one of the best in the world. It's hard to say stop shooting open shots. Like, unless it's like too deep and you have like no take, or negative take, fine, whatever. But if it's open and you aren't too deep, like, shoot the ball.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a game crash in that NBL Lost Gaming 76ers game, so we'll make sure to keep everybody up to date with how that goes. Of course, our league operations team will be working to try to get everything settled. It's a great thing about the NBA 2K League build. We have a reset feature. I can get the score exactly right. I can get the players' takeovers back to where they need to be as well. So that's why whenever people are like, what's taking so long for the restart to happen? There's a lot of stuff that has to go into it to try to get those numbers right. And trust me, it's not all just league operations. There's some pushback from the players at times. That's part of the delay, JT. I mean, you were there when we had the fly pack era, the COVID era of everybody playing from home. It's not as easy as, like, start the game back up. Here's the score. That's it.
Oh, please don't take me back to a big mini TV in my room that has coaxials coming out of each side. And then we had to have another, like, I used the fly pack. Rainbow, he was the one streaming in cord, so our internet wasn't the best, and it was just getting fried. I'm like, this is not it.
Man, I remember, like, I got this giant package, and I look at it, and I just see all these cords. I'm like, you know what? I'll deal with this a day before the season starts. I'm not setting any of this up right now. As some of the teams whose seasons will be coming to an end. Back over here to our featured matchup with Magic Gaming still with the lead as Gallo misses the shot and hits off the right side of the rim. We got a 4-on-3 break here for Magic Gaming. Unguardable. The crossover move is going to be fouled.
I don't think he won the fade there, and One thing I'll say about that shot that, yeah, the Gallo shot, guards just haven't shot that shot with confidence all year. And right there, unguardable will probably have a stand dunk if he lets himself stop all the way and doesn't need, I don't even think he needed to meter dunk there, but to each their own.
Well, let's look at these first round matchups, JT, the ones that we're seeing right now. And you tell me, out of all the matchups, what would be an upset, right? Just to try to set it, because it's tough, right? Because there's some teams in a ticket that are probably evenly matched. Like, do you really call it? Knicks and Hornets, I would say, if the Hornets win, that's an upset, right?
Yeah.
Nets, GC, Hawks, Town, GC. If the Nets win, that's an upset.
Yeah.
I think the Hawks have been way better.
Yeah.
NBL, I mean, we don't have to touch NBL. That one's easy. This one right here, definitely Gen.G and Magic Gaming.
Upset if Gen.G wins.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I know that if I were to, like, there are probably some people out there probably like, the Nets are about to upset the Hawks. I'd be like, that's not an upset. Like, come on. Let's be realistic. It is.
It's
we'll do the same thing for the Western Conference, too. Yeah, 100%.
Like, of course, on paper. Of course, on paper, Nets are we thought they would be a top East team, but they didn't turn out that way. We can't do anything about that.
Well, the Nets and the Hawks, they are in their fourth quarter. It's a 10-point game. The Hawks are down. It's going to have to be a crazy push coming out for there. And got to talk about Walnut and the stat line that he is currently putting up for Nets GC to keep everything alive. 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And he is a perfect 11 of 11 from the field there, too, for Mr. Dane Downey. I'm wondering, with him being 11 for 11 and not attempting a 3, I wonder if the Nets maybe transitioned him towards an inside center. Yeah, he is on the diving tier threat too, so Walnut really in his element now.
On the inside. Did Fanta change?
Let's see. Let's check out... Oh, man.
It's only one place to go, Derek. Only one place to go.
You got me, because I'm blind right now.
Oh, man. Hornets next. Hornets next place.
Fanta is on a 3-point shot, 102. If that's maybe what you're asking. I don't know what archetype he was using before, if he was using a different one, but...
Yeah, I feel like he was using McGrady, but now that looks like
shot Mooch knocks down a 3. It's back to a 10-point lead here for Hornets Venom GT. They moved Fluke Lock. He's been the guy that's been jumping around a little bit. We've seen him at the center position, and now we're seeing him at shooting guard. We got Chess at the 4. And so far, paying off here for Hornets Venom GT. We'll see if Knicks Gaming can try to work their magic. Almost, we mentioned that it's like a tournament that's built for them. They've had so much success in this. They won the very first one. They won the championship in that same year. They won the ticket 2 other times. And then last year, obviously, they made a decent run out there in the playoffs as well. Be shocking to see them get bumped out of here in the first round, but anything is possible here in the ticket. With under 10 seconds to work it, Fluke Lock's going to play the lane and get the steal. Gets it up to Big Saint. He'll pump fake it. Dewan jumps out of bounds. Could have went back up with it, but Big Saint will play it safe.
I'm trying to
call timeout anyway.
Yeah, great timeout. I didn't know what that was. I'm actually trying to think of every winner ever. Season 1, Knicks. Season 2, Warriors. Season 3, that's my season, but who won that?
That was the B5. That was when Mama and them, right?
I mean, maybe. I don't know why it's not coming to mind. I know 4 was the Knicks. 5 was the Magic. 6 was the Knicks. Then we got this year. So, yeah, season 3 is the only one that's not coming to mind.
I'm like 99% positive it was B5 who won the season 3 ticket. I remember that was the year Blazer 5 was like really struggling, and I think that was the one that they ended up getting. So we'll wait for Harris to confirm, but I'm going to lock in my answer. Blazer 5 Gaming season 3. And as Gallo misses a shot, 4-point lead still here for Magic Gaming. They've been able to hold a lead for a lot of this game. As we jump back over here to our featured matchup, as there is going to be a steal. LawRich gets that one. Outlet pass up to return to DJ as he throws it down. It'd be hard for him to go back-to-back on his performances that he had against Magic Gaming out there in the turn, dropping that cool 46 points. He has 7 here today. Not the same type of output that we're seeing. And it was B5 for Season 3. Thank you for confirming, Harris.
I thought that was Warriors Gaming. I didn't read Harris's.
Gallo will go to LawRich. Reverse slam comes out there. Oh, I saw what you say. I looked in the Discord. You looked in the Twitch chat.
Okay.
Shout out to Warriors Gaming. I'm assuming that's probably Josiah controlling that, or Rustin, or Fox,
Josiah.
or Len, or one of the players. I'm gonna say Josiah. Yeah. There's too much like cool facts and analytical stuff that gets said out there, and it has to be by Josiah. Another shot drops there for Magic Gaming. Unguardable now with 29 points in the ball game. Gallo tries to respond, and he does. Back to a 2-point game. Only a 1-second differential between both of the clocks here. Magic Gaming could hold for the last, technically, if they wanted to. Trying to give some space here to LowkeyGodlike on the wing as they'll take their time and just wind this down. Godlike goes to unguardable. On the inside, just forces that one up. It's going to be a free board there for Godlike. He goes straight up with it. No jab step or anything. It was a layup. And it's going to be a 2-point lead here for Orlando heading into the 4th and final quarter here of round 1 of the ticket powered by AT&T. We're going to head to
just not enough in either mode again, just like the last team I just dropped off. What? Oh, man. Uh-oh. Hold on.
It is currently a 15-4 run here in the 4th. Make it 16-4. Now it's a 10-point lead. ReturnOfDJ had a crazy scoring outburst here in the 4th quarter. He's all the way up to 16 points.
Oh, I told them it should have been about their get back, but it looks like he wanted more. Looks like he wanted part 2. He came back for seconds.
I think leading into this quarter, he was only 2 for 6 in the game. And he just started to rattle off a bunch of threes here for Gen.G. Now, this is going to be eerily similar to what we saw from his performance, at least in this late stretch. What we saw, 46 points against his former team in the turn group play. 8-point game, 2:20 to go. Can Gen.G double it up here? Let's jump into our first listening of the ticket with Gen.G.
DJ. 3, 2, 1.
Get it, fuck it. Would have had it, man.
We're fine.
I need something. I need something right there, fellas.
Yeah, we good. I tried to. It's cool. I didn't want to shoot no like crazy.
I know. I just need something.
It's not there. 7 seconds. Get back, Gallo. Just gonna stop.
Yeah, we do.
J-Bool, overload. I got J-Bool.
I'm Snubby.
I'm good. Don't fucking step.
Jolo, take my cut.
Play your way. Good. Don't fucking step. Don't step, nigga.
Come on.
Don't fucking step. Don't step this nigga, man. Don't step this nigga, man. Stop fucking man. Don't fucking step on him, bro. Don't fucking step on him at all, bro. Fucking wrong with these niggas, man.
I can never really catch a game where Unguardable and Fanta are hot at the same time. Like, even in DC, when Fanta started to pick it up in that second half, Unguardable fell off. But in the first half, when Unguardable was hooping, Fanta was absent. It's like, so then when you combine the backcourt not being able to cohesively hoop, then you have this lackadaisical defense that just is absentee most of the time. So it's just, DJ back to get, part 2. He back for seconds. He liked it the first time around, so he back again.
Well, Jboolin just ended up fouling out there, so this gave them an easy one to extend this to 12. Gen.G just going to take their time here with this one. LawRich will put up a 3. He's going to green that. Magic Gaming, the everlasting mystery. It was a question on draft night, one that we had, thinking of getting ReturnOfDJ. We thought things were going to look pretty good for this team, of getting unguardable, a piece like him, especially what we saw when ReturnOfDJ was with Gen.G. That didn't work out with them. Then JT, their opportunity to draft a lockdown. Their pick was Snubby, which still to this day kind of blows my mind. I know that he was an assistant with Magic Gaming at one point, but this is a guy that obviously we've seen in the NBA 2K League prior with Hornets Phantom GT, took years off of the game, and then started playing this past year and ends up getting picked up. That was one of the things that kind of shocked me. I don't want to throw it all down there on him because I don't feel like Jboolin and LowkeyGodlike have really been that special in fives either. But we always know the lockdown, one of the most important positions. That is the key piece to having a solid defense out here in the league.
I just feel like that was a pick it was a safe pick for them. He was their assistant coach the year before. And when Snubby actually tries and plays the game, he can play the game. I remember even playing back when they were pre-draft of season 2, I think, with Make It Happen, me, Dave Fry, Sherm, Reed, and DT. So it's just like he had a crazy second half. He took his belt off. He said, I'm done playing. I'm done with the games. He took his belt off. But yeah, I can't just blame it on him. Like, I feel like they never had a shooting guard that just could cohesively work with unguardable. And it's not blaming the shooting guard. It's really like, it's me understanding that like a pairing takes more than just like 6 skills. It's chemistry, it's timing, it's communication. It's a lot that goes into a backcourt meshing well. And along with them not having defense, which is a whole front court. It's not just on Snubby, not just on Jboolin, not just on LowkeyGodlike. It's a whole front court thing. And then the backcourt offensively just didn't really work out.
Well, the Magic will finish the season with an even 70 points per game average. The defense there for Orlando as well, giving up 70, actually 70.7. So literally a 0.7 separation. That was the point differential coming in to this one. Offense, a little lackluster. Unguardable's been providing us some key moments. You have to think, if maybe they didn't bring out that floor spacing slasher, how different things would be. Obviously, we didn't have the greatest first part of the 5v5 season from DJ with this team, and then we saw a little glimpse of what Fanta was capable of.